Sorry. Uh, Greetings. I'm making another Chronicle. Wow. That's truly amazing. This time, unlike the last one, I'm not in an active episode. And speaking of active episodes, one thing I'll be talking about during this Chronicle is schizophrenia and stuff like that. It's stuff that I have. And also a variety of other things, I suppose, as well, but I don't know what that was. I think that was a bottle. Plastic bottle. Huh, oh well. Yeah. I just sort of wanted to elaborate on my condition and how it is and how it affects me and things such as that, along with other things, other important things. So, where to begin exactly? Okay. I'm in my room. Yeah, and that's true. But great. Oh yeah, I did leave some notes. I left them in my notebook, the black one. Well, I haven't explained to anyone that may just be listening to these for basically no reason. But actually, you don't deserve an explanation. Fuck you. Sorry, that's not for you, Soda. That's for others. Anyways, where's my notes on the matter? Because I wrote some important notes. Something that sort of came to me while I was in 4th period today. Oh yeah. It's not related to my condition. Oh well. So anyways, I guess I'll just get on with it. I very likely have schizophrenia or some type of psychosis. I've looked heavily into what it is, and seemingly... Oh, yeah. Well, okay, to begin with, I'm not diagnosed, and I would like to be diagnosed, but I just don't feel it's safe to be diagnosed at a time like this. Currently, asylums have been reinstated, and I also think telling my family that I have schizophrenia and all that, I've hid it for that long and stuff, I think it would sort of be like someone coming out to his homophobic father about being gay. Like that's sort of the reaction I'm expecting. Like, I don't think they'd like it whatsoever. Or they just deny that I have it. Either way, it wouldn't be good. I guess everyone besides my dad. I think my dad would actually be proper about it, but I'm not really sure because he's a little schizo himself, so he may believe that some like fucking Jewish mind virus to make me think that I have schizophrenia or something. But how loud was I being? Hey, I'm recording this after the Chronicle's finished. I don't think I ever mentioned this during the Chronicle, but the absolute worst of my psychosis, I don't think I actually mentioned it. It's how fucking jittery I get. This terrible jitteriness. I can feel it too. It's just, I can't explain it, but it is terrible. It is awful. That is the anguish I am describing. It is anguishing. Those jitters and stuff, but I'm able to get through them. Oh well. It is so uncomfortable. Anyways, on with the Chronicle. Okay, I accidentally ended the other one because I was trying to check how loud I was being, because I'm sort of annoyed because a lot of the times it doesn't seem like I'm being that loud in these videos. And I'm trying not to cause issues for the listeners, because the listener, because it's just ear rape. It cuts the commercial and it's absolute ear rape. I don't want that to happen. But if I talk loud enough, my dad will probably hear me, and then he'll, ask questions when I'm talking about having schizophrenia, relaying all my things. So I just have to talk like this. In fact, just now, I think I heard my dad do something. I think he went inside the bathroom nearby. Inside that nearby bathroom area. And that's even closer to my room than he usually is. So I really don't want him to hear, because of my prior concerns. Anyways. I guess I'll get onto the symptoms that I experience. Well, one may think it. I actually don't experience visual hallucinations that often. The one that most commonly occurs is this overlaying of a forming portal over my vision. It's sort of hard. But wherever I look, there's this faint sort of portal-like thing, which seems to be manifesting itself into existence over what I'm looking at. And I can still see what I'm looking at through it. It's mostly transparent. But I used to see it form in the sky, but now it's forming in the road while I'm driving, or it's just generally forming just while I'm doing stuff. It's not really that bad, though. When I was doing these test drives with an instructor, it was really an issue, because first off, I didn't really like the instructor, so voices were talking to me about that. And secondly, that's just a distraction, That's just a distraction. If a portal is forming in front of you while you are trying to drive, that's a distraction. But generally, that's the only visual hallucination I experience, despite ones that last for like 1 second. Or I see something like scurry across or something, but it's very, very tame, very mild. Okay, as for auditory, those are a lot more significant, and they've increased in their significance. As of recent, I think I talked about it in the last Chronicle, but I'm starting to hear circus music. Starting to hear weird circus music inside of my room, and another thing I hear a lot is Mr. New Vegas. Those ones are the kind of comforting ones. The other ones aren't really distinguishable. It sort of sounds like the droning from stages 5 and 6 of Everywhere at the End of Time. As of recently, I was actually listening to those albums quite a bit, but I never listened to any of them beyond 3. So, I only listened to stages 4, 5, and 6 sometime in 2022. If I could say what I heard sort of sounded similar to those, which actually is a little bit distressing, but for the most part I'm able to cancel it out and not really care about it. Yeah, see, those are the ones that are a lot more manageable. The harder ones are hearing sirens and mainly just talking. I hear talking, your voices sometimes, and what do they tell me? What do they tell me to do? Well, they don't really tell me to do anything most of the time, but of course there have been instances, and I've been able to resist it. And I'm glad I've been able to resist it. I'm really glad I've been able to resist it. I guess I'm scared that Soda, the one whom I love, I'm pretty sure he hears voices, and I don't want him to listen to what they say. I don't want to, like, if they tell him to hurt himself or anything like that, I don't want him to listen. Just like how I don't listen when they tell me to do that, but occasionally you fall into it. It's just best not to fall into it. It's okay, but you can't let yourself stay in that. You really can't. It only gets worse and worse if you stay in that. That's something I know. Sorry. I'm a little weird right now. In fact, something may be happening, but I'm able to calm down, and I'm able to get past it. I like doing these chronicles, not only because it relays some history, but I feel that it's a lot easier for my thoughts to be relayed here when there aren't active responses to it and me having to constantly correct stuff. But on the contrary, it does make me a little scared of what I say, because I don't want to say something that's just fucking stupid and it's just archived here forever. How fucking stupid I am. Because I don't mean to say stupid things, but sometimes I do, and I don't like when I do that. Anyways, on with the Chronicle. I believe I was talking about symptoms and stuff. Let's see, that's a really bad one. Sometimes, only sometimes. Because a lot of the times what I hear is actually pretty mundane. I'm given basic advice for like a task that's in front of me or something. But when I'm in a state of emotional distress, or usually sometimes I'm put into a state of emotional distress by some of the things I hear or I'm forced to think about. Yeah, it's just not good. But for the most part, I've been able to get away from it, and I'm glad that I have been able to get away from it. I've been able to see through it. Yeah. And I try and think of what helps me see through it. I guess, yeah, one thing that does help me a lot is thinking about Soda and our future together. I hope we have a future together, I really do. And that really helps me, because in the past, I didn't really have much to do other than just be bad, I guess. Not really be bad, it is really complicated. In a way, I was trying to be a hero. And that's a cool can of worms in itself, which I can't explain later, I guess, if I don't think it was actually heroic, but yeah, I thought at the time that it would be some sort of heroic deed. Mainly, there are a lot of motivations for stuff like that, but I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do any of that anymore. For one, I'm starting just not to like it at all, really. It's starting to traumatize me in a sense. Seeing all of it, seeing how evil the world is and everything is just terrible. Other times I crave it and I don't like it. Well, not really crave it, but, thoughts like that come back to you and it's bad. get through that. And the main thing that helps me get through that, I guess, is soda. Because soda's really nice, and, well, it sort of makes me seem like I'm dependent, but, I guess to a degree, but with time I've become less dependent. It's something that he told me a couple days ago. He told me to learn to live without him and stuff like that, and in a way I sort of did. Like, I know what I'll do if I don't have him, and it's not something I'm going to enjoy as much. No, so I'm not gonna just fucking die or anything. No, I'll be alive for years and years and years. I just won't really enjoy it. I figured I'd just be like existing. Not really, but I'd just be out there, sort of. Probably living off the grid, maybe. But I don't know how long I could do that. So I have a feeling I'd just go insane, and it wouldn't be pretty for me. And it's something I don't want. Sorry, the way I'm making it sound is like, oh, without, um, without soda, I'll just never be able to exist, but I can and I have, but I don't necessarily want to. I want to be with soda. Because it's a life that's much more fulfilling, and it's also just, I enjoy soda's company. Before finding soda, there's no one I could really relate to on a deeper level. And Soda was the first person. Say, 7J, he was kinda close, but not really. Not really, I could never really get that close to him. He called me sort of a best friend. And yeah, I hope he's doing well. Apparently he's still with his boyfriend, so that's good. Anyways, yeah, I just really like Soda, and he helps me get out of my episodes, but that's not the only thing that helps me get out of my episodes. Sometimes I think of drawing. Sometimes I think of media. And sometimes I think of cats. I think I'd own a lot of cats. Yeah, and no matter what happens, I think I'll own cats. So no matter what happens, I really don't want to leave Soda anytime in the future. I want to always be with him. I want us to always be together. And I really hope that does happen. Yeah. And thing is, for a while, I guess a month or around that time, Soda wasn't really talking to me that much, and I was left to myself for quite a bit, and that gave me time to think. Just think about what to do if Soda really is gone, or if anything like that ever happens. So, in that case, I would be okay, I suppose, but I wouldn't really be living. I feel like with with soda, I can really be living. I can really enjoy life, but it's a lot harder to enjoy life when something that you hold very dear is just gone from it. So that's one thing I'm scared about with like my episodes. I'm scared of him going or leaving me or whatever, and I really hope he doesn't. I really hope he doesn't. But there's a chance, and I really hope that the day never comes. Because I always want to be with Soda. Always. Sorry, that sounds kind of creepy. I'm not trying to make it sound creepy. Yeah. And I guess I've also been thinking a lot of what I've done in the past with Soda and what we could do in the future. It's nice to think about, but I feel bad when I think about what I did in the past. Because I should have... I know he said he didn't really, he didn't really care that much at the time, but in that AC server, he kept on being bullied by all the other members, and I didn't really say anything because I didn't want people to, figure out we were talking and that I was really in love with him, and what I did to hide that was I just deleted the whole fucking server eventually. Which was a whole can of worms, but yeah. But for a time being, I'd say 2 weeks or so, I just let people make fun of him. And I think occasionally I sort of stepped in, but I definitely didn't step in enough. And that's one thing. I'm annoyed by just the general lack of action I've been taking. Damn. I don't know if you could hear that, but my dad was in the bathroom, or leaving the bathroom. And one thing is, I don't know if he could hear me. I have no idea if he can hear me. But in all likelihood, I doubt he can. That's good. That's good, because he'd hear that I'm hitting a point and stuff like that. Probably wouldn't be good, but I don't know. The way he is, I feel like he'd probably accept it. Either way, sorry, I lost track of where I was. I got distracted. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, after that, for a while, for months and months, Soda kept on getting hurt. And I did say something. I did talk about it, and I did talk about how I didn't really like it. I feel I never did enough. I should have done so much more. And just other stuff like that. I think back to that and I feel quite bad, very bad. Especially when I think of the DXM stuff and all that. Yeah, at the time of that, I was... at the time of that, I'd say I had more episodes as a response to, what was going on, and I just was so worried and confused, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say, really, and I should have said so much more. I should have never gotten those bells and fallen into pressure. I just realized I wasn't being what I needed to be. And I need to be better. And I'm on the path to that. So far I haven't acted on any of my impulses or whatever, stuff like that. In fact, I don't like the impulses. They're starting to disgust me. I don't like it. I don't want to act on them ever. Impulses and stuff they say. Sorry, I'm getting a little distressed thinking of stuff that me say. No, the stuff they say to me. I don't like it, you know. And with Soda, it seems like he kind of likes the stuff that they say to him, or at least the thoughts he gets, you know, of wanting harm and, you know, stuff like that. I just want him to know that I care deeply and I don't want him to be harmed. And that those thoughts he gets, he shouldn't have to follow them. That they're deeply misguided. Very deeply. Sorry, it just goes into silence. I'm sort of scared to say stuff like this, and I'd say it's part of that psychosis or whatever. I'm so paranoid about talking about things like this, and I don't know what I'm paranoid of. Yes, I'm scared that Soda may leave me, but I don't think that's gonna happen. For me just speaking like this. I don't know, but when I talk about things like this, sometimes I'm just scared, you know. Never really had the opportunity to talk about things like this to my family and stuff like that, and it's just, yeah, hard for me to do, but something I need to learn how to do. I want to learn how to do a lot of things. I want to make sure that we're able to financially exist in the future and all of that. That we're able to really make it. I know in the past, it was pretty recently in the grand scheme of things, Soda asked if I wanted to, well, not really asked, he said that in the future we'll get foster kids. And I actually really like that. I want to help them. As a kid, I sort of felt like a foster kid. I used to watch that Shazam movie a lot. I really liked it, but one big thing about the movie is it was about foster kids, and I felt really related to Billy Baxter some way. I guess I felt, even back then, I felt pretty alienated by my own family. That was like 2018. But, yeah. I want to give kids like that a chance. I want to just bring good ultimately. I feel that I'm kind of responsible for it, bringing some good. Because ultimately that was what I wanted to do. If it was misguided, but it was what I wanted to do. I would bring good, and this is something that actually can bring good. Anyways, I guess I'll think of a couple other things. Pretty recently, I've been thinking of Juno. I don't really know why, but one time me and Sona watched Juno together, and it was really nice. And I listened to this playlist that she made for me, and quite a few songs from it were from Juno. Someone else liked that. Someone else liked that playlist. Quite the persona. Farewell, Solomon. Anyways, what? Yeah. So I just kept on thinking back to that night of me and Sarah watching that. It was really nice. And I remember that the way it looked in my room, how dim everything was and everything. Oh, starting to realize all of that's becoming memories of us sitting and talking on the phone and stuff for hours, and watching movies and stuff. And those are memories I'll cherish. Oh well, I was thinking a couple hours ago about the fair, and there's this one thing I wanted to do at the fair, but I never got to do it. And it's not just kissing or, making a naughty video or something like that. No, I really wanted to listen to music side by side with Soda. Just songs I like. Probably wouldn't be that into core stuff that much. It would be mostly different songs. But yeah, we get to listen to songs we like together, and that'd be really nice. Just sitting there for a bit, listening to songs. I know where those bouncy castles where there's this little place where you could sit at. And that's sort of where I imagined us listening to music. But oh well, the thought didn't really cross my mind while I was there. That would have been really nice, though. Really nice. What we did was really nice. Though apparently he doesn't like the rides that much. My dad just texted me. Okay. He wanted me to check a key in his four-wheeler, but I guess he'll do it. I had to have gone down there first thing to get that, but I'm recording in Chronicle. But anyways, yeah, I was just thinking of us, of me and Soda listening to that. It was really nice to do. To think of. I never got to do it. I got to go on the bouncy castle though, and I don't think he liked it, because he's got a leg problem and stuff, but I quite liked it. The issue was I was completely spent into a mess of energy, as I started fucking climbing it like a raging ape, and I was able to do that, but that just completely took me out. Made me even sweatier. I was so scared about smelling like weed to my dad, but the fear kind of softened when I saw they literally had weed stands there. Oh well. It was really nice that whole night. Oh yeah. You thought that the rides were bad, but I thought they were good. The Ferris wheel, the Lightning McQueen thing, he kept, he said like, oh, it's so embarrassing, in my opinion, he should just grow a pair of balls. And what was the other one? I think I only did two. I did that in the Ferris wheel. and that was a really nice snow cone. I know he got pina colada and I got lime. It was really nice doing that. Reminded me of when I was a kid and sometimes Kona Ice would come and it was just so magical and Kona Ice would come. Oh well. It's wonderful. Yeah. I don't know if I have much else more to talk about, but yeah. I love soda. That's true. And oh, I guess I do love soda in general, but um, I love soda. I love soda. That's true. Damn, the U.S. Senate just voted in favor of the Iran war. That's fucking gay. Fuck. It's so over. Well, I guess that's something to leave you with. Tens and thousands of Americans are going to die. So that's... so that... Uh... pedophiles can be protected. Oh well.